Hey, good morning everybody. It's Keith with Bloodgood's Beardies. I'm here this morning. It's early Sunday morning, which is when I usually give my Beardies a bath. Just wanted to show everybody what I do for their bath time. I just bring them out to my kitchen and I put water in on one side. And this is my baby girl Taz. Now there was quite a bit more water in here. Slowly goes down the drain here, even though I have one of those coverings. But she just likes to do this and then swim around and play and just kind of drip a little bit of water on her just to keep her, you know, get it on her head and stuff like that. It'll help a great deal with her shedding and all that kind of fun stuff. So, but I will. And she's the cool one. She, no issues, pick her right up. She loves being held. She kind of curls right into my hand, and then I just carry her out and bring her out here. I already, what I do is I put the water in first, and then I bring her out into the water. So make it a little bit warmer than I typically would if, you know, she was right here. And then it cools down quite a bit by the time I get her out, and just take my time, clean out her tank while I'm doing it. Get her food dish ready and all that kind of stuff. So, but what I'll do is I'm getting ready to actually take her out, and I just thought that would be a good idea to. She keeps watching. She hears my voice. I just thought it'd be a good idea to, you know, add this to my lineup of you know, my Bearded Dragon channel on YouTube. And but what I'll do is I will go out and I will probably get Winston next, since he's the pen right next to hers, and then I will get the big boy out, Blue, who's my buddy. Usually she defecates while she's in here, so I have to get her done first, and I can clean the sink out before I get anybody else in there. And but yeah, so just stay tuned here, and I will get the next one out. Hi. Okay, and I'm back with a little one. That's our little guy. Really hasn't grown much. I'm sure you guys can see the difference. And he's a little crabby. Typically does get crabby whenever I pick him up. Oh. And this is how crazy he gets. I have no fear of him, but I have a lot of respect for him. And he'll get used to it. See him puffing out, getting all big. Try to drip a little bit on their noses. That's usually how they drink. Give him about 10 or 15 minutes in here. And this is my wife's favorite one. She's the one that named him Winston. Don't know why, but she named him Winston. Well, we have two new family members too. If we can see her.
Oh, there's always up
They're both together.
Here they are.
We got Clementine, which is the beta. And we got Augustus, which is the snail. Her last one passed away, so I went ahead and got her another beta fish. This is a female baby beta, which is really cool.
She seems to like him.
She really does enjoy the tank and everything. And I deal more with the bigger guys, like these ones that get angry and upset at me for no reason. But this guy is fast. But he still needs his bath. If not, then he won't shed that well. And this is how they get their their moisture. just through baths, and it's recommended at least give him a bath at least once a week. I mean, there's no soap or anything like that in here, but you know, just warm water to where you can stand it and then just make it a little bit cooler than that. I know that there's some sites out there, some YouTube videos that tell you exactly what temperature it should be, but I don't have a temperature gauge. Just in my mind, it's kind of like giving a baby a bath, where you don't want it too hot, you don't want it too cold. So that's our little guy Winston. Hopefully he will continue to get bigger, because we got him in that 20 long now with the the live vivarium. So hopefully he'll get a little bit bigger, and again, we really don't know what his issue is or was, but it may have come out of a moldy egg or something like that. But I wanted to give him a good home after seeing him at Petco for quite a while, which was very unusual, because usually they're bearded dragons or babies, and when they come in, they're pretty much sold out pretty quickly. So, but seeing him there, and then they moved him down to his own little tank and stuff. And my wife, one day after me talking to her about him for about a week, she was like, you know what, give them a call and see what they can do on the price, and then we'll take them. So I got him for a good price. He's not as coarse on his back as the rest of them, which if you can see it or not. I don't know if he is a true leatherback, or if he is what they call a dwarf dragon, which is not a real thing. But his tail hasn't gotten any thicker. It's still real long and narrow. So I don't know. I'm just trying to give him a good home, a good place to live, let him enjoy his life while we have him. So far, he seems to be thankful. He used to love getting picked up out of his pen and handled and all that. And then because he was underneath the other tank, it was very hard to get to him. So kind of slacked off a little bit on getting him out. And then I think he's just in his adolescence years, because Blue was the same way, or his adolescent time. Right now he's just crabby going through that change, because Blue was the same way. He was very didn't want to be touched, didn't really appreciate any of that kind of stuff. Now I can at least pet him for a few seconds, and typically I can pick him up by his tail and handle him pretty well after that. Once I get a hold of him, he usually calms right down. But he's gonna be the next one that I show you. So stay tuned, and I will get Big Blue out of his vivarium and bring him out and give him a bath too. Let him soak up some of this nice warm water. And he's not one for baths, so he never really cared. And he doesn't like to be sprayed with a water bottle either, just kind of spritzed. So I try not to do that, because it really upsets him. His beard gets real big and real dark. So I will get him out next and show you guys him. So just stay tuned here for a moment. All right, and I'm back with the big boy, Blue. He was a little bit crazier than I expected him to be when I got him out. Now, he's big enough that if he jumps up here, he can actually grab a hold of this and pull himself out. But he's our big boy in the big 55-gallon drum, or 55-gallon vivarium. He's a pretty cool guy. I don't know if you can see. He has quite a bit of orange in him. It's an angry look he always gives me. It's like all the time. It's like he has RBF constantly. But he's a beautiful, beautiful beardie. He always seems to be angry. Ain't that right, Blue? Well, we got him with Taz, which was the first one that's on this video. And we weren't thinking, and well, I wasn't thinking, I put them in a 20 long together because they just came from the pet store. And we were planning on, keeping them for a couple of weeks to be able to get another setup ready. And I don't know if you noticed that towards the beginning of this video, but Taz has on her, I want to say it's her right paw, she's missing like a couple of these, and she has, the tip of another one bitten off. But that was all because of this guy. I came home from work one day and there was a bloody mess in the tank, and I was freaked out. And then I found it and did my research and brought her back. Got all healed up within, like a week. A little triple antibiotic cream for her toes, and it was like an iodine type of soak that I had to give her for that. Luckily the pet shop actually had, so they gave me some. Yeah. He's licking the water off his nose. But yeah, just figured I would show you guys what we do for baths and stuff like that for our little buddies. He's still staring at me. That crabby look on his face, like, what are you doing, Dad? But I'll be sharing more of these guys as we go. If we get any more reptiles, I will definitely, put them in the fold too, and show how, somebody can take care of them and love them just like you can a cat or a dog. Actually, personal opinion on it is they actually behave a lot better than our dogs do. And we have cats that act like dogs, which is very weird. I have a cat that'll sit on command, which, yeah. Only if you're giving her food, and it has to be human food. She won't do it for cat food. But, yeah, just another day in the life of the Bloodgoods. Can't really complain though, huh? We have our buddies that we can love and love us back, and they depend on us, and we kind of depend on them too. That's what we do. So I guess it's kind of cool to have like something natural like a bearded dragon, or a fish, or something like that in your life that kind of brings you really back to nature. You can have nature in your home, and you can go out into nature, and kind of help center yourself, help kind of relax yourself. And these little guys do. I mean, they take, don't get me wrong, they take quite a bit of care, but I think it's very rewarding in the end. Some very misunderstood creatures out there that people don't really care for, and have bad images of. Like, I'm a fan of snakes and stuff, just my wife doesn't really care for them, so we don't have any at this time. Maybe eventually she'll change her mind. But I like the bearded dragons, I like the water dragons, the things that are fairly hardy. She loves chameleons. Hopefully we can get her a chameleon here soon, and I'll probably end up building the tank for that too. So, but yeah, I know that the Hamburg pet thing is coming up here, or reptile show. It's coming up in 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks, October 17th. So hopefully we'll be able to get to that. And I know just found out actually that our oldest son has a soccer game at 11 o'clock in the morning that morning. So we're probably not going to make it again, but that's all right. He loves his soccer. We'll make sure that we're there cheering him on, just like we always do. So, all right, folks. Well, if you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the little bell button so you get all my notifications when I post these. And I'll be posting this here a little bit later on today after I'm done with their baths and all that. He's just still staring at me. Just can't get over it. He's like, are you going to take me out of this water now? We do not live in water, Dad. We do not live in water. I'm glad I could share this stuff. You know, if you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate. Put a comment in. He's just patiently waiting. But hey, you know, I'll be looking forward to the next time. God bless. Till next time. One last thing that I want to add to the video, you know, is that if you have a bearded dragon, or you know somebody that has a bearded dragon and they're not being taken care of properly, or that, you know, they're always sick, or they can't afford to feed them or something like that, please comment below. You know, especially I'm in Pennsylvania, and you know, I don't want to see anything like that suffer. You know, so please comment, let me know, and it'll be discreet. It wouldn't be anything like I'm gonna blow up, you know, social media over them or anything like that, you know. But I don't want to see anything like that suffer. It's always kind of tugged at my heartstrings, you know, even just seeing the you know, kittens, stray kittens and stray cats and stuff like that outside of our house in our area. You know, we always help them out, yeah, at least give them food. I've built shelters for them, you know, all that kind of stuff. So please, you know, if you see anything like that, even if it's not necessarily a bearded dragon, if it's something that I know that I would be able to take care of, then I will definitely reach out, you know, and help as much as I can. If it's something that I know that I cannot take care of, then I will find a reputable person in the area that would be able to accept and care for the animal. You know, so I don't like to see that happen. I don't like to see something suffer when it definitely doesn't need to suffer. You know, it just, you know, and don't get me wrong, like I hunt, I fish, you know, and stuff like that. But, you know, when I hunt, I don't hunt for the antlers. You know, I hunt for the meat for the family. When I fish, I don't fish just to, you know, rip a fish's lips off or whatever, you know, people were saying. You know, don't get me wrong, I love the sport. I love the sport of it, but I'm not out there to hurt anything. You know, if I hurt it and it's illegal, I bring it home with me. You know, and then we eat. But, you know, if it's hurt and it's not legal, then, you know, I have to kind of let nature take its course at the same time. But, you know, in the aspect of exotic lizards and, you know, and animals and things like that, that's not a sport. You know, there is no accident when you can't take care of them, or you decide to be mean to it, or, you know, anything like that. So again, like I said, we rescued our cats right outside of our house. We brought them in, and we've had them ever since. I think 5 or 6 years now, 7 years, something like that. You know, they're doing very well. You know, the stray cats and stray kittens and stuff like that end up on our doorstep constantly. They're all very healthy. We try to get them, you know, to a good home. We don't charge anything for that. You know, things like that. So because we care about the animal. We don't care about the, you know, the money aspect of it or anything like that. I'm sure we could get money for them, but why? What's the sense? You know, make sure it's going to a good home. We always give them toys and stuff like that too, when they go to a new home. So, you know, with bearded dragons and things, you know, I would much rather see them live healthy and, you know, have a good life and things like that. You know, that's how we treat ours. So please, you know, comment below if you do, you know, if you're having issues or you can't take care of it or something like that. And if it's a bearded dragon, I'll gladly take it. Just need to make sure I have the right setup and stuff like that. I may request that, you know, you give up your setup and things like that too, especially if you can't take care of it. Because if you can't take care of it, then what's the sense in having the stuff to just do the same thing to another one? Again, I mean nothing rude or mean, with this. It's just, I know that sometimes you get something like this and you're like, oh, it's really easy. It doesn't take very much money. It doesn't take very much time, things like that. And guess what? Later you find out that it does, or that, it doesn't seem like it's as spry or as, happy or anything like that. Things happen, especially this day and age with 2020 going on with a pandemic and everything like that. You have people losing their jobs, unfortunately, and and things like that. And my prayers and heart goes out to you folks. Just guess I'm just trying to say that I care. I will make sure that it finds a great home if I can't house it myself. Or take care of it myself. So please, again, comment below and let me know if I can help. Okay. So, God bless everybody that's watching. God bless, your family and all that. God bless God's little creatures. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys soon, talking to you soon. So, God bless. Until next time.